Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals in learning and development, project management and agile scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100-plus global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500-plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100-plus authorized training partners and 50-plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000-plus members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices. Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100-plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500-plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100-plus authorized training partners and 50-plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000-plus members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices. Welcome to the Global Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100 plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100 plus global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500 plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100 plus authorized training partners and 50 plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000 plus members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices.
Hi, all participants. We will be shortly starting this session, so please allow us a moment. We're waiting for more participants to join. Hi, everyone. Welcome, a very warm welcome to you. I am Simran, and I will be your moderator today. If you have any questions, queries, or need any help during the session, then please feel free to use the chat box, and I'll be keeping an eye on it. Please allow me a moment to share my screen, and we will start the session shortly.
Hello everyone, my name is Pratibha and I'll be the co-moderator. Meanwhile, Simran is sharing the screen. Please do let us know what you guys think about regarding the sessions we are conducting for you. And if you have any ideas, any suggestions, or any topics you would like to see in our session, we would be happy to have you.
Thank you so much, Pratibha. So, on behalf of GSDC Global Skill Development Council, I am truly delighted to welcome all the participants in today's session. I hope today's session is incredibly useful to you. And yes, looking forward to a very fruitful and insightful session. Today's session is Global Skill Development Council Certified Learning, Skilled in Generative and Agentic AI, Transforming Risk, Compliance, and Growth. What makes it truly exciting about these sessions are the amazing panels. So some of them have already delivered incredible sessions, and some of have lined to deliver their sessions within this week. So This session has been conducting from 9 to 13th of February under these time zones. So wherever you're based off of, you can match your time zones and register for this incredibly insightful webinars that will be hosted this week. For those of you who are joining us for the first time today, I would like to give you a brief introduction of GSDC. GSDC is a vendor agnostic, globally recognized certification body bridging the gap between skills and industries. We are accredited by ABICB with over 100 plus certification portfolio. We have 500 plus SMEs, subject matter experts. We have also certified 250,000 plus professionals with 100 plus training partners and 1,000 plus MNC corporates and 50 plus universities. These are the training partners associated with us. Our training partners have a worldwide presence, including Singapore, Nigeria, Australia, and many more. A special thanks to our training partners and the participants who have joined us through our training partners. We value truly. We would also like to extend our thanks to World Press Hub, our media partner, for amplifying all our media initiatives as our official media partner. Before starting, I would like to make an announcement that we have recently launched GSDC Studio. It is a lifelong initiative where we host 4 daily sessions with a 45-minute expert-led sessions with hands-on learning. And these sessions are led by global experts. You will be able to learn directly from all AI leaders around the world. They also We also give real-time practice so you can apply your concepts immediately and get hands-on experience from it as well. And we make you certification ready with trainings aligned with industry standards for job ready skills. As I mentioned earlier, we have 100 plus certification portfolio, including L&D, HR, generative AI, agentic AI, emerging technologies, ISO lead, auditor and implementer, project management and PMO, agile, DevOps, and SRE, cybersecurity, digital transformation. When you walk away with a GSDC certificate, it's not the only thing that you walk away with. You get full exclusive member benefits and full exclusive benefits of GSDC AI Studio as well, which comprises of lifelong membership, providing continuous access to GSDC resources and community. You get certificate upgrades that enhances your professional credentials with upgraded certificates. You also get access to workshops and boot camps that offers intensive trainings sessions for skill development. Learning Club Access is another main membership benefits that provides a platform for continuous learning and collaboration and many more. Which brings me to the highlight of this session, and I would like to introduce our guest speaker, Ken. Ken, it is an honor to have you. Thank you so much for taking your time out and coming to give your insights to this session. Ken is a director and AI knowledge engineer in Next Step. Before we move on, I would like to give a brief background about Ken and his history in his AI domain expertise. Ken is a veteran strategist who brings a truly global perspective into AI revolution. An American who has called Singapore home for the last 32 years, he has taken his expertise to the stage in more than 20 countries around the world. With over 23 years of experience in global marketing, he has navigated every major shift in digital landscape. Today, he serves as the Assistant General Manager at an AI architect at Nextech, where he is redefining how businesses scale. Ken's philosophy is simple. Generic data creates generic AI. While most users are stuck chatting with chatbots that sound competent but fail under pressure, Ken acts as an advanced prompt engineer to architect systems that perform like seasoned marketing experts. He does not believe in more data. He believes in better judgment. By encoding his hard won playbooks that distill success and failures of a 23-year global career into strict decision logic and curated workflows, he delivers expert level execution without the need for additional headcount. Please welcome AGM AI architect and global speaker Ken Sapp. Before I hand over the virtual mic, as I said, if you have any questions or concerns, please put it in the chat box. My co host Pratibha will also be sharing all the links and details into the chat box, so please make sure you don't miss out. Over to you, Ken. The stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Simran. Give me just a second as I bring up my presentation.
Absolutely.
Okay, you should see my screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, thank you. You know, when you spent 23 years in global marketing across 20 different countries, you learned that the hard-earned playbooks, the things that you've learned along the way, are your only real edge in digital marketing. I work for a company that has two divisions. One works with world-famous thought leaders like Anthony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki, former US presidents, and top global experts from around the world. And then the other builds IT solutions for companies around the world. And we use AI on a daily basis, especially in the marketing team. With easy access to AI, the world is in a new era, an era of speed to great. What I mean by speed to great is that anyone can very quickly become good. But in a world where everyone is good, good makes you invisible because that's the baseline. If your team is merely prompting or asking AI questions, they're just joining a sea of sameness. Everything starts to sound the same and you become invisible. Most people are using AI and they're missing years of hard-earned lessons and experience that live in your head that the AI doesn't know. When you treat AI as an answer generator instead of a master architect, you're not multiplying and amplifying your brilliance. You're just creating background noise. And so today we're going to look at how we can take and move the gauge from good to great so that you can stand out from the noise with one-of-a-kind results. I will show you how to move from being an editor of average AI to being an architect of excellence. If you're ready to get started, type yes in the chat box. Let us know where you're from. And I'd like to start with a story. I want to take you back to a Zoom call I had early last year. There were 5 faces on the screen, my marketing team. We're a global operation, so many of our meetings happen on Zoom. And at that time, the world was screaming about the replacement trap. The story that everyone was telling is that you can use AI to cut your team, to shrink your payroll, and let AI handle everything. But when I was looking at my team on the screen, I knew that that was a race to the bottom, not to excellence. I wonder how many of you have noticed that with AI, it seems like everything online is starting to sound exactly the same. And I wonder where you've seen that sameness. Maybe it's in websites, emails, marketing, strategy. It all sounds familiar. That's the problem with generative AI when you just ask it questions and you don't architect the AI to provide you the right answers. So I believe true scaling isn't about a smaller team, about cutting your team. It's about making every person on your team significantly more powerful. What do I mean by that? Well, when I first started with AI, I was one of the first to jump into using it. And I became a cheerleader in a sense. I knew AI could help, so I became the ultimate AI cheerleader. I told them, just dive in, use ChatGPT for everything. And I thought excitement would lead to productivity, but I was wrong. Motivation isn't a strategy. It's like I handed them keys to a high-performance race car, and they had only ridden a tricycle. They had the tools, but they didn't have the 20 years of experience that I have in my head. I want you to be honest. How many of you said something like, just try ChatGPT and see what happens, or just try Claude, or just try Gemini? And then what you got back was disappointing. I wonder if that's happened to you as well. My team was spinning their wheels because they didn't have access to my experience. They didn't have my training. They didn't have my successes. They didn't have my scar tissue, the memory of failures that taught me what is really important. I realized that I was the bottleneck. They were waiting on my gut instinct to approve every single headline, every single email, every single marketing brief, because my judgment wasn't built into the AI tools that they were using. I then realized I had to stop being a cheerleader and I had to start being a prompt engineer. Does anyone feel like you're spending a lot of time fixing robot-sounding content that AI has generated for you or your team? Sometimes we have to think about who is the bottleneck. It could be the person on your team that you want to clone. It could be you. It could be someone else that has a lot of experience. That's your bottleneck. And we're going to teach you how to take that bottleneck and remove it. You know, the goal is to scale or amplify the brilliance of the team, not reduce your staff. The goal is to empower them. Motivation isn't a strategy, it's an illusion. And we need to free up the bottleneck. Too often our teams are separated or orphaned, left on their own without our own guidance and experience. Just use AI. We need to bridge the gap between a person's effort at a junior level and an expert's result that has many, many years of experience and hard-earned lessons. To do that, I had to really define what does great look like an architect creating a plan for a result that I wanted. In this new AI-empowered world, good is no longer good enough. It's just average. Think about this. If a company was using the same AI tools you do, would your work still be recognizable as your own? Or is it generic like everyone else out there? Let me repeat, good isn't good enough. Good is now the bottom level. Everybody can become good. Speed to good is the reality that we're living in now. The game's changed. Today, an intern with a ChatGPT account can produce a decent blog post or a semi-coherent marketing message in about 30 seconds. Anyone can do it. But here's the danger. When everybody's good, then good is the new invisible because you no longer stand out. If your AI looks like everybody else's, you haven't gained a competitive edge. You just joined the crowd in a sea of sameness where everything is the same. The mistake I made early on, and the mistake most companies are still making, is treating AI as an answer generator. You ask it for an answer, and it gives you a response. I don't want an answer generator. I want an expert consultant. We don't just want an answer. We want a system that challenges our thinking, that refines our ideas, that asks the right questions to unlock next level results. We aren't looking for a tool that mimics everything that is learned. We're looking for a system that amplifies our own learning and experience. To win, we have to go beyond the baseline. We have to take that expert eye, the one that sees the gaps, that sees the missed opportunities, and build it into the AI prompt. We don't want an AI that thinks for us. We want an AI that thinks with our highest level of logic and experience that we already have inside our heads. So how do we build this? We move away from random chats, asking questions, and we move to a structured framework, which I call crafter framework. In my early days, I was just prompting like everyone else. I was asking questions and hoping for the best. But architects don't make requests. They build systems. To bridge the gap between senior intuition and the team's execution, I formalized what I call the crafter framework. This isn't just a way to talk to a machine or AI. It's a way to encode human standards into digital workflows. The Crafter framework looks like this. It's context. What's the tone, the audience, the background info you want it to have? Request and role. What is the clear role you want the AI to take? What is the task you want to achieve, the objective, the end goal? What actions, what step-by-step logic does it need to take? For example, if you were to write a book, you might create a chapter titles first. And then after you have the chapter titles, and you go and create the theme of each chapter, and you start step-by-step breaking it down. It's a step-by-step sequence where each action is built on the one that came before. You want to have frameworks. You want to handcuff the AI to whatever you decide are the most important resources. And you have to have a template mandating the official end product. You also have to have evaluation, pre-output audits against benchmarks, and you basically build benchmarks for evaluation. And then you have refinement, iterative loops, and the change log. Most people stop at context and request. They tell the AI who to be and what to do. That's how you get average. The magic happens in the bottom half. Actions are the questions, but we need to ask all the right questions, the same questions with context. The differentiation is the F and the E, the framework. This is where they handcuff the AI to specific resources that we think is authoritative for what we want to do. We tell it you're not allowed to use your own generic logic and knowledge. You must use the StoryBrand framework, our Cialdini's principles of persuasion. We're physically forcing the AI to stay on the expert racetrack, not to use its generic data. And then you look at the E evaluation. This is a game changer. Most people are editing the AI's output. In this framework, AI is its own editor. We have to get it to grade its own work on a scale of 1 to 10. And if it's not at least a 9 on the scale, then it regenerates the output until it achieves our standard. And then we have the power of refining. We don't just tweak things. We use a change log, and every time a change is made, you know why it was made and how it was updated, so that it creates a memory trail so that people are learning from the process. If a person on your team is using the AI, they're also learning as well. They're learning that experience, that expertise. So let's look at how this framework builds with the first 2 layers of the AI, which is knowledge and personality. So this is the brain and the soul of how we talk to the AI. The first 2 layers of making an AI effective are where we install the brain. Most AI output is weak because the AI is freelancing. It's pulling from general internet noise. It's been trained on thousands and millions of files that are on the internet. Basically, statistically, the most common answer in its large language model. But most common doesn't necessarily mean the best. And AI doesn't really know your preferences, your company DNA, your branding, and it doesn't know how to decide when there's multiple possible answers. In this architecture, we use an authority filter. We feed the AI a specific reference vault. We don't just ask for clarity. We tell the AI, follow the rules and principles of Made to Stick by Chip and Dan Heath. It's a great book if you haven't read it. We don't just ask the AI to be persuasive. We ask it to apply Cialdini's book, Influence, and what it teaches about persuasion. We're constantly locking the AI into a library of excellence, the most authoritative resources. It isn't allowed to be internet average because it's forced to be Ivy League. So in AI, I might use Made to Thick, which talks about simplicity, influence, which is Cialdini, Don't Make Me Think, which talks about usability, Jobs to Be Done, which causes it to have a customer focus, value proposition design, which tells you how to talk to partners and clients, and play bigger, which tells you how to position your business compared to everyone else. These are some of the most authoritative resources in marketing. Think about it. If AI had to follow your rules tomorrow, whose thinking would you want to lock inside? Which book or principles would you refer people to all the time in the tasks that you want your AI to achieve? That's your authority filter. That's your reference vault. Those are your authoritative resources. And you've got to let AI know that it's handcuffed to these, not generic knowledge. The second thing we have is basically what I call the soul. A brain without a soul is just a textbook. This is the persona, the rails. You know, rails of a train keep the train on track. It's not about sounding professional or friendly or strategic bias. I tell the AI, we never lead with features. It's always with benefits. Always lead with the customer's pain. It's a list of rules, of guidelines that I give the AI. These are my things that I have as principles, as strategies, as experience that I wanted to follow. We never use passive voice because it sounds weak. These are kind of my hills to die on, the things that are non-negotiable. I let the AI know these are the things that you must do. These are the things that you're not allowed to do. And when you combine these two layers, the brain and the rails, you start moving out of general AI into things that are custom tailored to you and your business, because it's held in place by authority of the reference books and the rails of my experience. But even with a brain and a soul, a system can still fail if it tries to do too many things at once. It's like, give me a 30-day marketing plan. That's your question to AI. It's too big of a scope. It's too big of a question. And the AI doesn't do well with these types of questions. You have to have a step-by-step process. And that's what we call the flight control. It doesn't allow it to take shortcuts, no guessing. Remember I said a tricycle earlier compared to a modern race car? My team was using AI for fragments. Oh, here's the subject for the email. Here's a headline for an article. Give me a caption for this photo. Give me a paragraph. And all these little pieces were kind of put together like a Frankenstein. And it wasn't really cohesive. It didn't really work. So I tell the AI, you must give me the full picture so I can look at everything in context. AI cannot move forward until it's given me an answer that has all the elements that I've designed in my template. If we're doing customer research, it doesn't give a summary. It has to present the pain points, the aspirations, the objections, the triggers, and all of the things about that customer as well. It forces the AI to look at things in a deeper level and based on your protocols. The flight control helps us to avoid the crashes and make sure everything arrives according to the flight plan. A step-by-step sequential process. And then after it presents us a most rational or a most logical answer based on its rating and its evaluation, then it will present it to us to check and see, is this right or not? And if there's more than one possibility, it should ask us a couple questions. Would you like to go this way or that way? It doesn't just ask, what do you think? It might say, I built this title around time savings, but based on our company, maybe we should lead more into risk management. Which would you prefer? The AI starts asking you a question because it can go multiple directions. In other words, the team role now is thinking of intelligent guidance to the AI and not just getting generic output. We're not just saving time, we're creating strategic integrity. I wonder how many of you would rather have one smart question to answer from the AI than to have to fix 10 or 20 different small mistakes because it got the direction wrong. That's what a masterful flight control will do for your AI. And we're going to talk about how to build it in a little bit. The last thing that I built into my prompts is what I call the receipts, or the killing the black box. We need to pull back the curtain and see what the AI is doing. Where is it getting its information from? Because sometimes, if you haven't realized it yet, AI makes up information. We've all been there. The AI gives you a brilliant sounding strategy or a brilliant email, but you're a little bit nervous. Where did it get this customer insight from? Was it from my actual data, or did it just make it up? If you don't know it already, AIs are designed to please you, to compliment you, to tell you that your work is fantastic. They will tell you that you're doing a great job. It's designed to stroke your ego and make you want to use it more. I'll give you a little secret. Anytime the AI gives you an answer, next time ask the AI, what's wrong with this? What are the gaps? What are the possible issues with this? What could be done to make it better? If you challenge the AI and its answer, you're going to get much better results. But most people treat AI as a black box. You put in a prompt, you hope the truth comes out in the answer, but in our system, we don't hope. We demand receipts, our markers. So when I design an AI prompt, I'll tell it, anything that is verified direct from my source, I want you to put a green tick box. Anything that you've inferred or isn't directly stated in my source, I want you to give me a caution sign. This is a strategic inference. It's the AI saying, you didn't say this exactly, but based on what I know, this is the logical answer. So you can quickly see what it has that is verified data and what it has that is reference that might not be true. And this changes your life as an AI user. You no longer have to go on a treasure hunt trying to figure out which things are accurate and which things are not. You can scan the whole content in just a few seconds. And you know that the AI is freelancing too much if you see a lot of caution signs. And if you see a lot of checklines, you know that the foundation is pretty solid. Trust isn't earned by very prompts. Its trust is earned by tracing the resources and the intelligence. Now we have the logic, we have the template, and we have the receipts. But how do we make sure that it doesn't sound like a robot? How do we make sure that AI doesn't sound like AI? Have you noticed that AI likes to use certain words? It's what I call the AI taste. You know, it's flowery, it's generic, it's lazy. It uses words like delve or in today's fast-paced landscape. In my architecture, I use a lexicon filter. I say these words are strictly forbidden. I create a list of words I don't want AI to use. I might even create some phrases that my company believes in that I want AI to try to build into its answers when possible. The AI is barred from using those words and encouraged to use others instead. If the draft has the word harness or unleash, it rejects its own work. If you do this with your use of AI, a lot of your human sounding will instantly be corrected so that it sounds like it's a human person. But we go further. We also create qualitative, basically minimums. It must check itself against certain criteria, maybe accuracy, clarity, visual appeal, use of the reference materials, maybe an industry expert point of view. And we create a rubric of what a good answer is compared to a great answer. And if it doesn't score 9 out of 10 on every piece of that rubric, it goes back and tries again until it gives me at least a 9 out of 10. So now the machine becomes its harshest critic. You don't have to evaluate. It evaluates itself according to your standards until it gives you an answer. Instead of chasing the AI fix things, the AI stops and tells you, I've graded this 7 out of 10 because I'm missing a specific customer story. Can you provide that? It's moved from being a generative tool of internet sameness to actually strategically creating content that is quality just for you. So what does it look like what the system is running? Basically, It changes your whole role because now you're working together with the AI to get ideal answers. So let's go back to those 5 faces on the Zoom call. Before I built this AI framework, those people were always waiting on me. I was the bottleneck. I spent my evenings rewriting their drafts because they had the AI, but they didn't have my judgment. I was stuck in the fixing loop. I kept having to do it, fix it, repeat it, keep fixing. And it can be very, very frustrating because you're getting generic content. But when you become an architect, you move to the approval loop. It's 90% already there. It's almost there. You're not fixing errors or brand problems or issues that it sounds too generic. You're providing that last little bit of 10%, the high level intuition that only a person can do. You move from doing a person that is doing the work to someone who's validating the excellence and tweaking it just a little bit. And then if you look at the bottom of the AI output, you'll see a change log. It's the basically answer of every change that was made. It means when a new member is joined, they can see the changes and why they were made. And they haven't just saved time, but they've also learned something at the same process. I've scaled my brilliance and my team is learning the experience that I have. I'm going to show you an example so that this is not so high level, but to break it down a little bit. Imagine a real life scenario. This is something a friend of mine asked me to help him with recently. Let's look at the idea of an elevator pitch. Just to make sure everyone recognizes a reference, if you walk into an elevator, you want to make a quick pitch to the person you're with in the elevator. So you have a very short time span to get your point across because they're getting off on one of the floors. And so you've got a very short time to get your point across and create interest so that they can talk a little bit further. So let's look at the C in the Crafter framework. C is context. So my first thing that I will do with my AI is I will plug in context. What do I have? Maybe it's a website, maybe it's a company brochure, maybe it's a brand document, maybe it's all of these, and give it this information to start so it understands my business, my company, my product more effectively. If I'm creating a prompt for my team, I will write this into the system and make it ask for this context at the very beginning. Then instead of just posing a question, it can actually ask you the questions that it needs to know. And based on what it knows so far from the information provided, it will give you a potential ideal answer. And then you can just tweak it and correct it. Instead of having to think of an answer from nothing, you simply approve or refine the answer that it gives you, and it's so much easier. Next is the R in the Crafter framework. This is the request. You may say that, oh, you're an expert strategist in business positioning because I'm going to promote my business in the elevator. I want to find partnerships and I want to collaborate with people. So your role is to evaluate information with professional judgment, favor clarity over completeness, create an elevator pitch for networking, to seek potential business partners I can collaborate with. You're defining the area of expertise that it needs to focus on, and you're also giving it some guides and some rules of what it needs to do. This is not all that's in my AI. There's a lot of other things that I will use to define it, but I'm just giving you a simple version. Next is the actions, the step-by-step. First thing I will do when I'm creating an AI is welcome everyone that's using the AI. I will ask for their name. I will then ask for your business snapshot or your context info. It will ask me some questions that it needs to know to produce the elevator pitch. It'll identify based on my content what kind of pitch that I need to make. Then it will analyze the pitch and make sure it fits according to the references, according to my standards. It'll put it together and evaluate it. If it's not meeting my evaluation, it will rewrite it until it's at least a 9 out of 10. And then it'll let me refine it. And then I must say it's approved before it goes on to the next step. And then it'll lock the final script. Not all these steps are required for every AI, but if I'm doing AI again and again and again, then I would want to do this. So when I'm starting out, when I want to ask AI a question, whether I'm creating a full prompt process or I'm just prompting it myself, I will think, what is my preferred resource I wanted to rely on? What is the best resource for creating an elevator pitch? What is the most authoritative expert on creating an elevator pitch? What is the references? Who's the person that it should listen to? What are key components of an elevator pitch? What are some secondary resources that would help it to make it more effective? These are the questions I might ask. In this case, I used the Jobs to be Done. Jobs to be Done is actually a book that defines what a business does from the customer's perspective, not what we do, but what the business does for us as a customer. This was actually first created by Clayton Christensen and later put into a book and a process called Jobs to be Done. But I don't just give it the resource. I tell it how to use the resource as well, what to focus on, what to avoid, and where it should apply that resource. So I'm giving it an authoritative reference and I'm telling it exactly how to use it, what to focus on, what to avoid, and where it should use it. Another resource that I would use for an elevator pitch is the proposition canvas. This frames the collaboration value from the partner or the client perspective. In other words, if we work together, this is the value of working together. Emphasize what the partner gains, how it reduces pains, ensure that the partner value is stated before the self-benefit. The value proposition is specific and credible, and apply this to specifically these situations. So I'm giving it another framework. Value Proposition Canvas is from Osterwalder. It's actually another great book from Strategizer. And then a third framework that I would do is created by Al Rees, but actually later on, some people came and put it into a book, into a process called Play Bigger. And this is how you position yourself and how you categorize your business. And I told it what to ensure, what to avoid, and how to use this in which parts of the elevator pitch. So I've built a very specific framework that relies on the best authorities to create my elevator pitch. Then I give it a list of personal do's and don'ts. These are those guardrails, the rails that I told you before. Anchor every option to a specific outcome or advantage. Prefer concrete situations over abstract capabilities. I'm telling it things that, for me, defined a good elevator pitch. I give it a list of don'ts. Use generic business language that apply to any company. Don't describe services with an implied result or benefit. Lead with credentials. Don't lead with credentials unless they directly affect the partner value. I give it a list of don'ts. My list is actually much longer than this. I'm just giving you some examples. And then the last is a human language constraint. This is removing the AI taste. I say rules. Use short, complete sentences over layered clauses. Keep it simple. Avoid symmetrical phrasing pattern. Don't over-explain. Don't hedge. Don't narrate. I only got a couple minutes in the elevator. I can't go into all these different things. Simplify it. Make it direct. Remove the abstractions. Make it direct. Don't use these words. And I have a whole list of banned words that I use. So I'm taking away that taste of AI. And then I have a template, a specific template I want to do. In this case, it was a networking meeting. And these people go to the network meeting and they have to introduce themselves and try to find people they can collaborate with. So it's a specific type of elevator pitch. And so what are the key elements of this? Because if everybody goes in with their normal, don't think about it, and haven't really thought about it that much, sometimes they are very long-winded. Sometimes they're very ambiguous. They're not to the point. If they are given this AI, they'll be able to take and create one that is fantastic for what they want to do. And it will actually help them to clarify and refine it to make it the best possible pitch for them. So this template from my friend was, hi, my name is, then your name, from what company? My company offers one or two services that you do for a specific target market. My top clients, these are businesses that I've worked with or that have engaged me. I'm looking to collaborate with a certain type of partner because I provide this value to a partner by doing this. So this was the collaboration elevator pitch. So now it has a template. They only have a minute, so they need to be focused and precise. And this tool makes it easy for everyone to do so and not miss any important information. Then I have an evaluation rubric. I have partner clarity, partner first framing, position specificity, collaboration logic, credibility, spoken naturalness. There's a whole list of qualifications. And I tell it, this is what it evaluates. This is what a 10 looks like. This is what a 1 looks like. Evaluate it. So now before it will give me a rubric, it will actually evaluate and give me the answer only after it's passed at least a 9 out of 10. Then I have a refinement menu. In other words, at the end of the prompt, it asks me, would you like it to be friendlier? Would you like it to be conversational? Would you like it to be more non-technical, more direct, a bit more creative? Would you like to change a specific part of it? Would you like to evaluate it from an expert panel, a panel of experts? Or would you like to finalize it with no further changes? So I'm just going to take a real quick moment to show you what was created. So I'm going to stop my presentation for a moment. But before I do so, what I'd like you to do is just take a snapshot of this screen. You can actually go try both of these AI. They're Gemini gems. So you need to use a Google Gemini account. You can get a free account or you can have a pro account if you access and use Gmail or some of those company services. But you can also use the free account to use these. Take a quick screenshot. Or you can also download an app that my company creates called 123 Hub, where we put some of these AIs inside. Just take a quick screenshot of this, and then I'm going to show you a quick example. So let me switch over to Gemini and share my screen for the Gemini just a second. Okay, let me share. Okay, so you should see my Gemini screen on the thing now. So I'm just going to tell, this is a prompt. It's actually a Gemini gem. It's created using the process that I showed you. I'm going to say start. So it gives me a welcome, tells me what we're going to do together. Then it asks me, like I said before, my name and Sab. And it asks me, do I have a website or do I have a business URL? I'm just going to give it one of my other companies. If I have documents, I can also paste them in here as well. I can give it a link. So first thing it asks me is basically, what am I doing? What is your target market? It gave me a few choices: marketing strategy consultation, e-commerce brands, speakers and trainers, marketing automation, email marketing. Who's my preferred market? I'm going to put market, email marketing. So it looked at my website and it says, I'm not really sure what you do. What is your target market? So it's asking me, what is my target market? And those choices were pulled from my website and what it knows. So suggested answer is digital agencies, business coaches. So that's okay. What type of partners or business are you looking? Use that. You see, it's giving me an ideal answer. And all I need to do is say approve. Approved. Primary value that I offer to them. Marketing strategy, technical execution. Okay, I'm just going to put approved. I can change that if I want. So it's taking me through step by step the list of questions that it needs to create my collaboration script. What's their primary value that I bring to them? Help them bridge the gap between marketing strategy and technical execution. Okay, I'll put approved. That's pretty good. And the whole time it's generating these answers, it's also using those references. Approved. It's actually getting most everything correct based on my website. And this one, I'll just add an answer. They can offer more value to their clients if they engage me to help them. That looks okay. I'll put approved. And it's got 12 questions that it's actually going to go through. Approved digital agencies. I can help them. What outcome will they get? Approved. And we're almost done here. What kind of partner do I want for collaboration? I'm just going through approved everything. It's mostly correct, but just to speed things up, I can actually change anything along the way. But see, the AI is asking me questions. I'm not asking it questions. It's asking me questions. Okay, it's slowing down a little bit right now. Sometimes internet's a little bit slow. Okay. What's for that to make a bad fit? Who are the partners I don't want? People who don't care about their customers, who are looking for a quick fix. Hi. Okay, it's about 90%. Okay. Okay, so now it's given me a little bit of it's come to a place where it's trying to generate options. I can be a technical ally. I can be a value multiplier, or I can be a white label engine. I would rather be a value multiplier. So now it's created a collaboration script. Hi, I'm Ken Sapp. I work with digital agencies and consultants who manage high-level marketing strategy, but often hit a wall when it comes to the technical implementation. I specialize in marketing automation and Shopify development, essentially handling the complex flow of how a strategy, complex how of a strategy so that my partners can offer more value to their clients and drive higher ROI without having to manage the technical execution themselves. A great fit for me is a partner who wants to provide full service solutions, but lacks the internal bandwidth for technical workflows. I'm looking to build reliable, high trust partnerships where I can act as your technical engine, allowing you to scale your offerings while ensure that the systems and automations work flawlessly. So that's following my template. It's actually very well done. That's exactly what I would want to say for that business. And then there's my final script. Now I can also say menu. Would I like to make it more friendlier, more direct, conversational, but we'll stop here just to show you how it works. So basically I've created a collaboration elevator script that describes my business. It follows my template, and it's actually very, very well done. And it's actually following the resources that I created as frames of reference. It's following my template. It's following all the do's and don'ts that I've created in the AI prompt. And so it's pretty well exactly what I would want to say. So we'll stop here. I hope this has proven interesting for you. If you ask me what a first step would be, I would say, number one, decide what context your AI needs to have in order to give you the best answer. Decide what frameworks it should base its answers on. Create an evaluation rubric that will tell it what's good, what's not good. Create a list of do's and don'ts. And then when you plug this into your AI, you can actually get a lot better answer. So that's my challenge for you, is to actually think, okay, if I want to create the ideal output, first of all, what's my template? What role do I want the AI take? What information does it need? What questions does it need to ask? What is my reference, my works? What's my frameworks that I wanted to follow? What's the rubric to evaluate? And then how can it be refined at the end? If you can do that with your AI, you can do it and get much better results. Hopefully this has been helpful. I would like to show you how it's actually built as a Gemini gem. It actually has 3 layers. It has a personality layer, it has a brain layer, and it has a step-by-step action file. But we don't really have time for that. I'm just giving you some of the general principles. So now we'll take a time for questions and answers. I see in the chat we've got some content. If you have a question and you haven't asked, you can go ahead and ask it in the chat box. Let me see if we have any questions there. Okay, someone's asking, is it a single consolidated prompt or multiple split prompts? For me, at first step, I will usually do multiple prompts to actually test my process first. Then once I've tested that process, I will plug it into a framework that I've created that will run it through step by step. Because if I give those prompts to my team, they might work on them step by step by step. They might skip steps. They might not always use it properly. But if I create it as a full prompt that does everything with multiple steps, they can't really skip steps. It's going to take them through the process and they have to follow it. That's a great question. Let me see, we have any other questions here. Actually, someone asked for some bad words. I did give you some bad words already, but things like delve. You'll see the AI uses, if you look at AI output, a lot of times you'll see there's quite a few words that it uses repetitively that basically tell everyone that you're using AI. I mean, there's some things like I tell it not to use an M dash, the long dash, because that's something AI uses all the time, to replace it with a normal hyphen. But I have a whole list of words. You can actually see that. That's maybe something we could talk about another time. But I already gave you a list on some of those. Someone's asking for my LinkedIn account. It's actually Sapken. You can actually follow me at Sapken, Sappken, on LinkedIn. Any other questions? I hope it wasn't too fast for you. I know there's a lot to cover, but just remember, if you can give it some references, if you can give it an evaluation rubric, if you can decide what content it needs, and you can give it a template, you're already ahead of a lot of people in using AI. Okay, I think if there's no other questions, am I available for personal collaborations? Yes, I can do that as well. Just contact me on LinkedIn and we can see what we can do there. Anyone else? Any other questions?
All right. If there are no further questions, I would like to take on the mic. And thank you so much for this incredibly detailed sessions. I can totally resonate with what you said about being good is good enough. It is almost as invisible, and we don't want AI to think for us, right? We want to probe AI, we want to challenge it so then it gives us an answer from our highest intelligence. So, I mean, that thank you so much. It was really wonderful, and I'm sure our participants also have found it incredibly useful. If you have any further questions, participants, you can obviously reach out to Ken on his LinkedIn profile. My co-host has shared the link for his LinkedIn profile, so you can definitely connect with him, and I'm sure that he will be more than happy to help you out.
Okay, thank you so much, Simran.
Yes. Before we move on, I would like to proceed with some of the announcements that I have to make. So allow me a minute to share my screen, and I'll start with that. And we'll be closing this session very, very soon, shortly. All right. Thank you so much, Ken, again for your session. I would like to start off with our daily challenge. Today's daily challenge is prompting as organized design, how to build custom AI that thinks in your company's frameworks. And you can obviously also follow the frameworks that Ken has specifically announced in this session. You can just take a screenshot of this. You can complete this task and tag GSDC and Ken together. And please do not forget to tag us on your social medias when you post this so we can track your progress. And definitely winners will be getting a surprise voucher at the end of the sessions that I'll be announcing. Moving on, if you also want to get certified into all the AI related certification from GSDC, we have a lot more various AI certifications from AI tool expert certification, generative AI professional certification, generative AI foundation certification, and many more. And you can use promo code AI20 to get 20% off on your certification fee. I am very proud to announce that all our certifications are globally recognized certifications. We provide you learning resources, uh, life learning. AI Studio is also available to you, and learning flexibility with our training channel partners and capstone projects as well. Along with GSDC AI Studio, we also have a skill utility tool where you can assess your skills and level up your career in terms of building score for your LinkedIn profiles, your AI generated resume, and practice mock interviews within the skill utilities platform. I also want to mention that we are also providing 100% off if you use the code given on the screen to access the skill utility tool. Both the AI certification course and the skill utility tool. If you give the promo, it's given for a very limited period of time, so please make sure you use full advantage of it. Now, coming back to our speakers for tomorrow, we are happy to announce that Vidura Vandara Vijukin will be joining us for how autonomous AI agents can operate in business environment without human micromanagement, and given other timelines that you can follow wherever you're based off of. Similarly, if you're an ISO enthusiast, these session will be incredibly useful to you, which is happening from 9 to 13th of February, 8:30 a.m. CST, 10:30 p.m. SGT, and other time zones. You can pick your time zone according to you. And now I want to announce our referral champions. First of all, congratulations to all three of you. Please keep the momentum going. Congratulations, Leela Venkatesh Satish. Congratulations, Sumar Kumar and Sarot Sahu. You guys are our referral champions for this session, and thank you for spreading awareness. If you also like to refer this session or any other session to your colleagues, please make sure to follow the link in the chat box. And once you hit 50 points, you earn a certification worth $400 from GSDC. If you're interested in being one of our speakers, then please feel free to reach out to us at preetham@gsdc.council.org or pratibha@gsdccouncil.org. And lastly, we'd love to connect with you. Please follow us on LinkedIn. There's a WhatsApp channel QR code where we share our insights, our newest launches, and certification announcements, and also our QR code for LinkedIn, where we all make announcements from the latest industry trends and certification available at our disposal to keep our audience engaged and professionals certified. With that, we've come to an end of the session. I would like to thank Ken for, again, amazing, detailed, insightful session that he's given us. I'm sure we all will benefit from him, and you guys can also reach out to him on his LinkedIn for more detailed collaborations. And lastly, thank you so much to all participants for coming together for this session. We hope to see you in other sessions as well. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day or evening ahead. Thank you.